Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. But what can you say about Tuesday?
It's time to hit the road. Let's get the hell out of here. I got to get to Rockfest. Get set up, baby.
I hear you.
Camper yesterday. Got it loaded up. Got the lawn mowed. I mean, I got so much done. Laundry. I baked about, 15 pounds of bacon. Made
You're
dinner.
just getting stuff done, getting ready,
dude,
getting coolers
my
ready.
OCD was on fire yesterday, man. I was checking stuff off left
So
and
many
right.
boxes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's delightful. Deadheaded all my baskets and watered them all, ready to go. Mother-in-law came over, showed her where everything is and how to do all this and do all that. And we come over, check on the cat, water the baskets for us, make sure nothing dies. Yeah, so we're pretty much ready. Some final stuff has to go in the camper before we take off, but picked up the RV yesterday at Pleasureland. Big thanks to my guy Tyler over there for hooking me up with a really sweet ride. Brand new RV. Ice cold air conditioning. Nice big fridge. You know that the toilet in there is porcelain. They're no longer just those plastic ones. Now the cover on it's plastic, but the actual
bowl itself
is porcelain. Yeah. He knock. Gave me one of these. I was like, all right.
So music starts tomorrow night, though.
So no music tonight. We'll get up there probably, mid-afternoon, get set up, get everything kind of situated, get the AC cranked, and then, crack open an ice-cold beer and maybe wander around, see who's up, see who's around. I know we've got a lot of our friends up there already getting their campsites set up. Maybe try to find a site with a pool because it's going to be in the 90s today.
Yeah, but then so comfortable.
But then cooling off drastically.
So comfortable.
Yeah. We'll play some Rockfest music throughout the morning as we get ready to head up to Knott. Also, we'll talk to Grant Bills of the Wisco Sports Show. We'll let you know what's new on New Release Tuesday.
Love that guy.
Talk about a new TikTok trend. I know you're into those things. All sorts of other stuff as well. Rockmornings.com if you want to get in touch with us. You can also download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app and get in touch with us through the apps with the submit button to send in pictures. We got the voicemail there as well. Lots of different ways to get in touch with us.
Yeah, if you've got something to say, you want to hear a song, or you've got some information, or you're going to Rockfest too, and you're hitting the road as well, just let us know. Send us photos, submit a video, and a voicemail is the easiest, obviously.
We'll get to Sleep Theory in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on a swassy Tuesday. Going to be up near 90.
Little swassy. And then some rain, it looks like tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, thunderstorms possible tomorrow.
And tomorrow night, but then getting very, very nice. 73 on Thursday? Is that what you're talking about?
Looking
that
at
really
highs in the 70s, which is totally my jam.
That'll
very
be
exciting.
great. So pleasant.
Iowa and Wisconsin transportation officials yesterday announcing that they will be blowing up, demolishing the Black Hawk Bridge in Lansing this fall. It's been a constant issue. If you live anywhere near the area, you have to take that bridge if you want to go from one side of the river to the other, unless you drive all the way down to Prairie, which is a lengthy trip.
Yeah.
Or go down the Minnesota side. Obviously, they've had a shuttle, essentially a water taxi, when the bridge has been shut down for repairs. Now they want to remove it completely to make it safer for the other bridge to be constructed. So at some point this fall, they're going to take that bad boy down. A date to close the current bridge, which opened back in 1931, has not been made yet. People still using the bridge as of right now, but it's going to be a whole nother year, maybe more, before that other bridge is even completed. They're talking 2027 before that bridge is going to be done.
Safety risk to the new bridge and what they're doing and how they can continue to work on that safely and letting people go over that bridge is no longer a thing. But can we hear more about your plans for us to get around? How are we doing this? Because obviously, like you said, the water taxi service was started. That first closure last year, and obviously that works in certain months of the year, but what do you do about that?
Firefighters saying that inadequate staffing hindering the response to a fire and contributed to the death toll at an assisted living facility in Massachusetts, killing 9 people and trapping residents inside, including some who leaned out of windows and screamed for help on Monday. At least 30 people injured.
God.
Fire chief suggested no number of first responders would have been enough. Meanwhile, several residents who praised firefighters and police for their heroic rescue efforts said staff members did little to help. They didn't knock on one door. They just ran, said one of the residents. So the people you're paying
that
to care for your mom and your dad and your infirm and disabled and loved ones, they didn't do anything, according to this one resident. They just ran. Firefighters responding to the Gabriel House facility in Fall River, about 50 miles south of Boston, at about 9:50 on Sunday night, met with heavy smoke and flames at the front of the building. The fire's cause does not appear to be suspicious at this time. Origins obviously under investigation. Lorraine Ferreira, one of about 70 residents at the facility, awoke to a neighbor pounding on her door. She tried to make her way through the smoke in the hallway, but retreated to her room as a sprinkler system was shooting hot water onto her back. As her room filled with smoke, she opened up her window and yelled. A firefighter broke the window, carried her down the ladder. I really thought I was going to die. I thought there was no way out. That fear mixing with anger as she watched two employees run from the building. They left us alone and ran out into the parking lot. I was hanging out of the window. Help, help. And they just kept running. The 9 people that died in this fire in Fall River, Massachusetts include ages from 61 to 86. The district attorney's office identifying 7 of the deceased. Many more injured, but apparently they've got a problem with that place, and it's probably never going to open again. Mm-hmm. And look, you don't know what you're going to do in a fire until it happens, right? But you hope that there's proper training and there's systems in place that would help these older people, these people that are at a living facility, get out safely.
Right, and I don't know enough about that. Was it such a situation that the people that worked there had to get out for their own safety, and the firefighters were saying, listen, you've got to, it's time for us to take over?
Isn't there fire alarms that go off? I mean, do they have to knock on doors?
Right, yes, all that stuff. Speaking of fires, did you see the Grand Canyon Lodge?
No.
So, historic lodge inside the Grand Canyon Park, 1937 it was built, destroyed by a wildfire yesterday. It burned many, many, many acres and took this historic site and inside the Grand Canyons.
As of last night, the woman who was attacked by a bear in Wisconsin over the weekend is in stable condition. Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, the DNR, investigating after officials say that a black bear attacked a 69-year-old woman Saturday afternoon.
That's crazy.
Her name is Karen Fry. Reported the attack that happened near the town of Comstock in Barron County at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She was able to call 911, taken to a local hospital for treatment. She was eventually transferred to Regions Hospital in St. Paul. The DNR staff trying to track down the bear that did the attack. They did not find that bear yet, but they did find the cub in a tree. The bear may have been the cub's mother. Unknown why the attack occurred. They did use a trained hound dog, but they haven't been able to find the bear yet. But, again, updated condition on the woman. Sounds like she's going to be okay, in stable condition.
That's good.
Supreme Court yesterday allowing the Trump administration to fire hundreds of workers from the Education Department and continue other efforts to dismantle the agency. The 3 liberal justices on the Supreme Court opposing the order. Justice Sonia Sotomayor said the majority handed Trump the power to repeal laws passed by Congress by firing all those necessary to carry them out. Majority did not explain its decision on the brief. The decision comes a week after the court allowed the administration to move forward with large-scale staffing cuts at multiple agencies, including, of course, the Department of Education. And things are getting worse down in Texas. A fresh wave of floods battering central Texas yesterday, delaying some of the rescue efforts as the death toll now climbed to 131. Officials ordered volunteer crews to suspend their search operations near the Guadalupe River in Kirk County. That area, of course, hit the hardest by those catastrophic flash floods back on the 4th of July. Life-threatening flash floods. Alerts for those issued yesterday and today. Awful. They're trying to find all these people, and it sounds like even more floods are happening. Also, the director of the Camp Mystic going to be in some hot water. Waited more than an hour after receiving a life-threatening flood alert before beginning to evacuate the campers that were asleep in their cabins. Got the alert, waited an hour.
Hey, you didn't have time. You didn't have an hour. You did not have an hour.
Executive Director Richard Dick Eastland, along with his wife, in charge of the beloved all-girls Christian summer camp in Texas since the 1980s, located directly in the flood zone. But when the National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning for Kirk County at 1:14 on July 4th, warning of life-threatening flash flooding near the Guadalupe River, little direction was given by the leadership of the camp. Eastland did not order evacuations until 2:30 in the morning, by which time torrential rains were already falling and the river was rapidly rising. And we saw how quickly those things can go wrong.
He lost his life in that as well. So
right, but there's going to be a lot of a lot of stuff going on, litigation and all that. That's certainly down the road. But I'm not trying to soften the blow for this, but think of it in the way that we view storms around here, right? We get all these alerts and all this stuff, and then
they say that they get them all the time, and it was the middle of the night, and maybe
you're
deciding what to do.
Okay,
let's wait and see. Let's watch the rain. And now 15 minutes and 20 minutes means the difference between life and death. Obviously,
yeah. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Going to get some Rockfest music after Sleep Theory at Static.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
That is Eve 6 with Leech. They are playing tomorrow night as part of the bonus bash at Rockfest, along with Drowning Pool and several others.
Is that on the main stage, or is that up on top of the hill?
I don't think anything on the... There's nothing on the main stage, but they use some of the other stages. I'm not quite sure. I didn't look into that. I just figured I'll go where the music is.
Right. It's up here. It's over the top of the hill. Now it's over here. I'm going to follow the sound.
Jim texting in saying the Home Run Derby was a blast. Jim, of course, moved back to Georgia, went to the game, or the Derby last night, and had himself a good time.
He's down to 1 out, and he needs 3 homers. No! It will not get out. The Dominican dominance comes to an end. The Big Dumper is your Home Run Derby champion for 2025. A family affair here at Truist Park tonight.
Major League Baseball home run leader, Seattle Mariners star Cal, the Big Dumper Raleigh, became the first catcher to win the All-Star Home Run Derby, outlasting Tampa Bay's infielder Junior Caminero. In the final last night, Raleigh hit 18 home runs, Caminero hit 15 in the final round, and Raleigh got himself the nice trophy. Tonight, the MLB All-Star Game, of course, on Fox. Brew Crew rookie right-hander Jacob Misiorowski, the Miz, added to the National League roster, creating a stir. A lot of people upset about that, saying that he hasn't spent enough time in the bigs.
Right, getting a lot of shine and attention, and hasn't
He's
put
down
in the work yet.
Yeah, well, and look, dude, the kid's a Major League Baseball player, and if MLB wants to see rising stars that are really good and throw 100-mile-an-hour heat, then they'll put him in the game. And if you don't like it, then tough. Maybe you should do better. He was down there last night in Atlanta doing an interview talking about all sorts of different stuff. Said he wasn't offended by the criticism over his selection, saying, "They're not upset with me. added that he is just as surprised as anybody else to find himself in Atlanta for Tuesday night's game. He said the last 5 weeks have been insane. You got to remember, this is a 21-year-old kid, right? This is not some, 30-year-old guy who's been in the minors forever and is just waiting for the call. This kid just got brought up, and he's out there throwing electric stuff on the mound, and he's striking out all. And
people want to see it.
Yeah. He said, I thought the All-Star break would be a chance to sit down and reflect. Now we're here. He's pitched in only 5 games, a record low for an All-Star, creating a debate between those who say that the game is for the most deserving players and those who say the game is for the fans. Look, if you really understand what the All-Star game is about, at least what it was started as, this was way back in the day because baseball wasn't on TV like it is now, and National League didn't play American League, so if you weren't...
You didn't get to see
You didn't get to see a lot of those players. So if Willie Mays wasn't coming to your town to take on your team, you didn't see him because he wasn't on TV. And so the All-Star game was a way to get these giant players, these names that people hear about and read about in the newspaper way back in the day, in front of fans. And it's changed, obviously. Things are different. Things have progressed, but that's what it's really all about.
But so they're upset that the All-Star title shouldn't reflect somebody who spent so little time, 5 games pitching. That's...
Still, it doesn't change the fact that the guy's a phenom, at least for now. Now, the wheels could fall off the wagon, and the guy's arm could blow up, and he could be...
And he was a one-hit wonder versus an All-Star?
Right, he could be Jeremy Lin, right, where he had a good week, and he turned it into a career. But doesn't change the fact that people want to see him. So put him in the game. Whatever. Who cares? It's an All-Star game. It's an exposition. Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson. Future with the team a bit murky at times, especially at the end of last season, has now reached an agreement on a 4-year, $130 million contract extension, making him one of the highest paid receivers in the NFL. And former NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater suspended from his position as a high school football coach in Miami for allegedly providing impermissible benefits to his players.
Meaning
buying them cars? I don't know.
Oh.
Teddy Bridgewater, 32, confirming in a post on Facebook his suspension by Miami Northwestern, but said he remains committed to his alma mater. So, yeah, apparently you can't give impermissible benefits to players in high school. Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More Rockfest music coming up in just a bit. If you've got something you want, find us online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
That is Drowning Pool, and they are playing the Bonus Bash tomorrow night at Rockfest. I've got a hat and a belt I got to bring with me.
I know. They kind of left some stuff in the trailer.
That's all right. It happens. Rock stars, they're doing rock star stuff.
Yeah, that wasn't the only stuff they left in the trailer.
Skeet, skeet, skeet. Big River Rally was a couple of weeks ago with Drowning Pool and the Texas Hippie Coalition, and they left a few things in the camper, so I'll be bringing that stuff to Rockfest later on today to make the handoff tomorrow. But Bonus Bash, Eve 6, Drowning Pool, several others, Born of Osiris. I'm excited to see that band. I've never seen them before. Slaughter to Prevail coming up later this week. Crossfade, Taproot.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, bands that were like on the Ozfest tours from back in the late 90s, early 2000s that I haven't seen in forever. Very excited to see Manson. Looking forward to all sorts of stuff, man. In fact, the guy from Crossfade got in touch with me. It looks like we'll have him in the booth at some point.
That's cool.
Working on stuff like that.
I was just looking at the new stuff for this year at Rockfest with the more photo op areas and then the Rocket Club Lounge. Did you see that?
Yep.
So that'll be neat. You haven't seen it though.
No.
Yeah. So
online.
Yeah, so some really cool upgrades and some freshening there. So that's going to be super fun for everybody that's attending.
Television tonight.
More baseball, huh?
The MLB All-Star Game is on Fox at 6 o'clock. Jacob Mizorowski. He's going to pitch the whole game.
Rest of the season.
If you're not into the All-Star Game, you can check out America's Got Talent. Auditions continue on NBC. Over on ABC tonight, a new episode of Bachelor in Paradise. Season 5 premiere of Road Wars on A&E. And also a new episode of Destination X on NBC. All of the late night shows are new. Jimmy Fallon's got Lola Tung, Christopher Briney, and Giants quarterback Russell Wilson. Kimmel's got a guest host this week, Chris DiStefano. He's going to be talking to Julie Bowen, who, of course, is going to be in Happy Gilmore 2, which comes out in about a week. Also, the Oklahoma City Thunder's Isaiah Hartenstein will be on with Chris DiStefano, filling in for Jimmy Kimmel. Stephen Colbert's got Joaquin Phoenix and Megan Stalter from Hacks. And Seth Meyers has got Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos, Tony Hawk, and James Gunn, who just, of course, directed that new Superman movie. I'm talking about that. New release Tuesday, not a whole lot in terms of movies you'll recognize. A film called Creeping Death. Tim's mom has brain cancer, but his friends steal a sack, unleashing the spirits, some sort of Celtic spirit on Halloween night. They must survive the night or sacrifice their lives to the spirits. It's called Creeping Death. Another movie called How to Ruin the Holidays. A struggling comedian reluctantly returns home for the holidays. Not only must she deal with her eccentric family, but she ultimately faces a life-changing decision about her special needs brother. A movie called Tales of Babylon, starring Clive Russell. 4 different hitmen find themselves vying for a job without knowing the others are involved. A movie called The Actor, which is rated R, starring Tracy Ullman. New York actor Paul Cole, beaten and left for dead in the 50s in Ohio, loses his memory, finds himself stranded in a mysterious small town where he struggles to get back home and reclaim what he lost. Mm-hmm. And then also on new release Tuesday, The Veil, starring Elizabeth Moss. Follows the relationship between 2 women playing a deadly game of truth and lies. One has a secret, the other has a mission to reveal it before thousands of lives are lost. So, like I said, not a lot of...
That sounds like not a lot of heavy
hitters.
Not a lot of must-watch in any of that.
It's summertime, man. Go outside, grill up some food, drink some beers, go to Rockfest, have a good time. We'll bring the Fire Stick. Probably watch something tonight because there's obviously no entertainment on the agenda. We'll make our way around the ground, see who's
just kind of get a lay of the land and talk to some people.
Yeah.
And
go for a walk with the dogs, all that stuff. But yeah, probably catch a movie before getting up early and joining you on the broadcast tomorrow morning.
The morning should be super pleasant for you with those temperatures like they're going to be, right? With your cup of coffee and getting things ready. And I mean, down in the 50s at night is the forecast, and then it's mid-70s for highs.
It's going to be great. I can't wait. Very excited. Rock-fest.com. I think you can still get 1-day and 3-day GA passes at the gate. Not sure about campsites. I know they were pretty darn close on selling out.
I was just there yesterday, a minute ago, looking at their website.
But kickboxing and the sound bath meditation, yoga, they've got the theme days as well. A lot of people are going to be dressing up and all that stuff. So
that's fun.
Looking forward to it, yeah. Right now it's The Offspring.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That, of course, Pantera with Walk. Find us online at rockmornings.com for all of our contact info. You can also download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app, and you can get in touch with us with voicemails through the app or submit pictures and videos.
When Mrs. Doc and I dropped our camper off on Sunday, we seen some people just outside the main gate to the south campground had their bar already set up. Maybe you might want to start your journeys there tonight. Catch you tomorrow afternoon, bud.
New
DOC.
friends. You're going to make new friends.
I'm not drinking anything out of a bucket with a ladle.
That was a bad choice.
It was
year one. We didn't know any better.
Did not know any better.
We didn't know any better.
Oof. Fermented pear juice.
Something like that.
With turpentine or something.
I don't know. It was bad.
It was real bad.
Probably unsafe.
It was not good. Not good. Thank you, Doc, for the heads up. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll probably go for a walk with the dogs and see who's out. We'll wait till it cools off a little bit, though. It's supposed to be 90-ish today everywhere you go.
Rain is in the forecast, though, tomorrow, and that should cool things off a little bit. For the rest of the week, looks great.
Horse racing jockeys in Peru raise money for charity by racing without their horses.
Like foot races? Like they ran.
And they're in the gates.
Oh,
you know, the starting gates? And they get the horse in there, and then the gate opens up, and the bell rings, and then the rabbit goes run, or whatever. Dog racing, obviously. But they come out, and they're wearing their full jockey uniform.
And they're running?
Oh, yeah. And these are all like 4 foot tall dudes.
Yeah. Well, they're jockeys, so they're short.
Yeah, they lined up at the starting gates and just sprinted down the track. The only gripe from fans was that you couldn't bet on it. So maybe they bring it back and raise even more money by letting people gamble on the jockeys.
Yeah.
They're off. Good start. Cage Fighter, both of these nuts, they come away together. Both of these nuts goes for the front, has it by a long neck. Cage Fighter not going away easily. And DF Dynasty 3 Green right there running third. Outside, bang, bang, you're gone, making some headway. Final 100 yards for both of these nuts. Cage Fighter trying to battle back. Both of these nuts. Cage Fighter, both of these nuts rolling to victory by a head over Cage Fighter.
This took place at the Monterrico Racecourse in Peru. Fans left stunned after footage of an incredible race between the jockeys went viral.
That's
At one
great.
point, they're just all over the place. Very colorful uniforms. They got the white pants, the black boots, but then multicolored jerseys, yellows and greens and blues and reds all out on. It's like, yeah. Admission for the day completely free, as the event is geared towards introducing equestrian sport to the next generation. So bring your kid down to the horse race. And the race was for charity. Fans expect to see the thoroughbreds when they go, but this year the event saw 16 jockeys running a 100-meter sprint for bragging rights over their competitors and to raise some money for charity. The two runners started tangling with one another as soon as they got out. The guy who won the race all smiles. One person in the crowd said, "This may be the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's like a Monty Python skit. Can we bet on this? Because if so, that would be fun."
Yeah.
Yeah. Bunch of horse racing jockeys down in Peru getting out on the slop themselves. His mother was a mutter. His father was a mutter. Elsewhere, a mailman. We all know the stereotype of mailmen and dogs, right? Got to be careful. Sometimes those dogs don't want you dropping letters off.
Yeah, but you've seen a million videos now of all the drivers and delivery people who have a relationship with the dog.
That's exactly what happened here. A mailman in Texas, his name is Ian Burke, adopted a dog that he remembered from his old postal route. The guy who owned the dog was a Vietnam veteran who recently passed away, and his dog Floyd ended up at a shelter. Ian found out that Floyd was at the shelter, but had to wait to make sure no one related to the guy who owned Floyd would come and claim him. He stood outside the shelter waiting for it to open on the first day that Floyd was available for adoption. A woman who runs the shelter said it was great to see the old myth about mailmen and dogs isn't always true.
I first met Floyd about 3 years ago. I was delivering mail. He loves to hug. I mean, this is kind of like his hug. Treats everybody like a friend, like he's known him forever. I heard a coworker talking about this dog at the shelter, and the description that he was giving him was Batch Floyd. And I said, "Hey, you talking about Floyd?" He said, "Yeah."
We heard from someone saying, hey, they wanted to adopt Floyd. So his hold was up on a Monday morning, and that particular person named Ian was here at the front door on that Monday morning.
He was waiting to get in, itching to get in there and see Pretty Boy Floyd, which is Floyd's full name. Apparently got to know Floyd about 3 years ago, and then his route changed about a year and a half ago, so he didn't see Floyd anymore. But when he heard about Floyd's owner passing away, wanted to make sure that he was first in line.
Who's getting the dog? Where's the dog going? I got to make sure Floyd's getting taken care of.
Yeah. So he and Floyd now going to live a nice, happy life together. Ian and Floyd hanging out. Got some Volbeat in a couple of minutes. Some more Rockfest music this time around from Marilyn Manson. Again, find us online at rockmornings.com. Grant Bills is also going to join us just after 8 a.m.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Did you hear a bunch of booms last night?
No.
We live sort of in the same area of town. And I woke up and I was so kind of out of it and groggy, and it sounded like 4 loud booms all in a row.
Like firework booms, like
kind of, but I was so
construction booms.
No, it was middle of the night.
Thunder booms.
They were not rapid fire, but quick succession, like boom, 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 boom. You know, and yeah, I mean, if I had been awake, I probably would have thought that they were fireworks. But I was so groggy and out of it, and then I was like, maybe I was just dreaming, and I had some sort of oral hallucination. You know, like oratory. And then my wife just confirmed that she heard the same thing. So I didn't know if
There's
maybe
definitely booms then.
something happened. There wasn't any sort of thunder and lightning or anything last night on the south side where we live, but didn't know if maybe you heard it.
I did not.
Nothing? Okay.
Nothing.
You went to Disney, how many, like 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah,
a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Kids were still small.
Probably 10, maybe.
10 years, decade ago?
Probably 10.
Would you do it again?
Yes, in a heartbeat. I liked it way more than I thought I was going to. I thought I was completely doing it for them. You know what I mean? To make the memories and have us do that. And I had a way good time. The rides are awesome. Everything's clean. It's just, you know, you turn the corner and everything's just kind of, it's kind of amazing.
The last time I was in a Disney park was 30 plus years ago when I was about 10. And never been back. I don't really have the desire. I'm not like a huge Disney fan. I mean, I appreciate what it is, but it's not a thing for me. But there are, of course, a lot of people out there that are obsessed with Disney, especially adults, sometimes single adults. And now there's going to be a Disney app to help those Disney singles find each other. Disney adults getting their own dating app called Single Riders. Beta version set to launch later this year. A superfan, Disney superfan in Orlando is behind it. He goes by the name of Joe, the bearded nerd, on social media. He says he came up with the idea a couple of years ago when he got stood up on a date and then went to a bar at Disney World to get drunk.
Hi, my name is Joe. I am one of the developers of Single Riders and other theme park enthusiast dating app. So if you guys have any ideas of things that you would like to see in our dating app, please let me know. But yeah, I'm super excited. This is happening.
He's been trying to loop in a programmer ever since. Finally got one. They're looking to find people to beta test this new app, with the full version landing sometime next year. He says it's a way for Disney adults to connect and see if there's a spark, but it doesn't have to be for romance. Hopes that people will use it to make friends as well. He's been asking people for features they'd want. One suggestion was a way to see if other single riders are at the park. Some sort of geotagging type thing. So you could meet up and go on a spur-of-the-moment date or adventure. Says that it's meant for theme park enthusiasts in general, but Disney adults are the target audience.
I think if you are really passionate about Disney in that way, and someone else in the world is really passionate about Disney that way, there's a chance that you can have a lot in common.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, and I'm sure that's
that kind of enthusiast and you love that a lot, then finding somebody else who also loves it a lot is something you'll have in common.
Single Riders, new app for Disney people that want to hook up at the park. Somebody texted in and said, "Your watch."
I'm
not quite sure what that refers to, but thanks, I think, for that. Very nice of you. Your watch.
I don't know. Probably referencing something we said, and now we don't remember the reference. So,
yeah. Appreciate it, though, I think, for now. Volbeat and then some Manson coming up. Grant Bills, again, going to join us just after 8 a.m. We'll get to Bad News, Happy Music later on. If you want to get in touch with us, rockmornings.com for all of our contact info. It's a monster's hand.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Friday night at Rockfest, Maryland, Manson.
One of the ones you're most excited about?
Along with In This Moment, Five Finger Death Punch, Nothing More, August Burns Red, Dead Poet Society, Vended, Corey Taylor's Kid, Mushroom Head. A whole bunch.
Because he always puts on such a great show, right?
I just, I grew up in my teens going to Manson shows, and it was always a wildly entertaining thing. And, well, yeah, and you had the Christian people and, the protesters out in front every time with the signs and the Bibles and all that stuff. And it was just, as a kid, it was just like, hell yeah, this is the thing I want. I want this rock and roll atmosphere. It was the thing. It's calmed down a little bit as he's gotten a little bit older, but there's never a Manson show without a little controversy. So looking forward to it. rock-fest.com for the lineup and tickets and everything else. We've got the Home Run Derby done and over with. The Big Dumper is your winner. Cal Raleigh outlasting Junior Caminero in the final round to win the Home Run Derby. First ever catcher to win the Home Run Derby.
That's kind of fun.
All-Star game tonight on Fox. Mizorowski maybe getting in. We'll see what he does. Wemby is back. Victor Wembanyama announced he has recovered from the deep vein thrombosis. in his right shoulder that limited him to just 46 games last season, telling a French newspaper that he is officially cleared to return. So Wemby back on the court. Panthers set to raise their second consecutive Stanley Cup banner before beginning the NHL season against the Blackhawks. Back-to-back champions play at 5 o'clock Eastern, so 4 o'clock our time, on October 7th to lead off an opening night triple header. NHL announced the opening night triple header yesterday. Denver Broncos legend John Elway will not face charges after an investigation into the death of his business partner and former agent, Jeff Sperbeck. A sheriff there in Denver said the investigation into the matter is over. Police found nothing criminal. Sperbeck dying in April in a golf cart incident.
Yeah, that's right. I was
Fell
gonna
out
say,
of the
what
golf cart.
happened?
Elway reportedly
Yeah.
driving, hit his head on the asphalt, taken to a local medical center where he died. Sperbeck was just 62.
And they were super close and really great friends. I remember this happening, and they found him not negligent in any way.
Yeah, so no reason to bring up charges or anything. He just, yeah. And do you know who Azalea Banks is? She's like a pop star person.
I think I saw this.
I couldn't pick her out of a lineup. I have no idea who she is.
I think this is great, though.
So Azalea Banks is some pop person, some like singer lady,
Rapper.
right?
She's
Rapper.
rapper,
All right, and I think
yeah.
she's English or Irish or something. She's not American. She has now accused Conor McGregor on his 37th birthday, which was yesterday, of sending her unsolicited, explicit photos, and she's got the receipts. She posted the pictures. She said,
Correct.
The weird thing is she said, me and Conor McGregor have been sending each other unsolicited nudes since 2016. LOL. So is she being facetious?
That's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yes.
So on Twitter, she made the allegations saying, I have never met the leprechaun, but today is his birthday, and he wants everyone to make a wish and blow out the candle. In the since-deleted tweet, Azalea Banks shared 2 nude photos, allegedly of Conor McGregor, with messages from him that read, quote, don't be a rat, because all rats get caught. The other post or other message said, lifting weights. Banks wrote in the caption of the photos that she shared on Twitter, how you going to send a bitch some crooked dick pics and then threaten her not to tell? I tried to read some more of what she was saying, and it's very difficult. It's a vernacular that I'm unfamiliar with. Let's just say that. Some colloquialisms that I...
They have the blurred photos on
it's him, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, she put him on blast on Twitter, then deleted the tweets, and Conor McGregor
sort of
apparently engaged to the woman who has given birth to his 4 kids, and then he was seen making out with another woman the other night, and now he's sending dick pics. Maybe that's the kind of arrangement they got. You know, maybe he's got an arrangement with her. Maybe they got some kind of prenup thing.
Maybe. But I don't think this is going to
the notorious
go
one.
Well.
They don't call you the notorious one for nothing. But yeah.
Put it out there.
I still don't know who Azalea Banks is.
I don't either, but...
Okay. We've got some more Rockfest music on the way, plus Grant Bills is going to join us just after 8 a.m. talking Wisco sports. He has a very interesting story to share as well.
Okay.
More on that just after 8. Also, if you've got something you want, find us online at rockmornings.com. Paul said, take a ride to Cornell. Check out Moonridge Brewery. Have one of their spectacular pizzas with Doc and Lori. I told Paul that we can't leave in the RV because once we set up the RV, it's just there kind of stationary. We're not going to be driving in.
A golf cart to take you? Is it that
Well,
far?
I'm not going to take a golf cart from the Rockfest grounds in Cadott to Cornell just to have some beers and pizza. And he said Bill drives there. Doc's not going to be there until tomorrow afternoon, dude. And by then, it's Rockfest time. The bands are starting.
It's happening.
Thank you, though, Paul. Appreciate it. Jamie texted in, said that he or she stopped at the corn truck yesterday, the one in Javavino's parking lot.
That's the one you were talking about either.
Said wait a couple weeks, corn was really small. I knew it was kind of early, But I was just bummed because we saw the local corn after we bought the non-local corn.
Mm-hmm.
They do have like a full, I told you this, they built like a full farm stand thing in the Javavino parking lot now.
So the tomatoes and
I don't know what's in there, but I saw
yeah.
And the thing about the watch was my stupid Mickey Mouse watch. There was a reference to...
Oh, your watch? Oh, the Disney watch.
Yeah.
The Disney story. That's
well, we
what
were
it
talking about the
was.
Disney app for single people, and then this person just fired off your watch.
Which you don't still have,
Which I don't wear watches, and I've never worn watches. But yeah, thank you for remembering that I had a story about a Mickey Mouse watch that I got for a graduation present from my parents, who apparently thought I was a big Disney fan.
Sure. By the way,
which I'm not.
She's from Harlem, by the way. So
okay.
She is American.
She is?
Yes.
Oh, all right. I thought
rapper,
she was English.
singer, songwriter.
Man, I was trying to read her tweet. I just couldn't figure it out. I was like, what the hell is she saying? All right. I thought she was English. Rob Zombie. He's going to be at Rockfest. We'll hear from him in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Rob Zombie with Super Beast on Rock Mornings. Brian and Gene, looking forward to seeing him at Rockfest this weekend, along with everybody else. Five Finger Death Punch and Marilyn Manson. It'll be a hell of a good time, man. Can't wait. Rock-fest.com for tickets and info. Got a text from Jamie. Male. Thank you, Jamie.
Oh, letting you know, right.
About the corn.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure. Didn't want to assume gender there, Jamie.
Yeah.
Thank you, though, for clarifying. Appreciate that. No, we got, let's see, we got some sandwich meat. Gonna have some sandwiches, potato salad, some dips, chips and dips. The corporate VIP, they don't feed us until Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So tonight and tomorrow we'll have to fend for ourselves.
You gonna hook up with Lou Brutus? Were you in touch with him at all?
I haven't spoken to him. He obviously missed out on the Big River Rally because he had some flight problems a few weeks ago. But yeah, we'll meet up.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about that. He always stops by the booth and hangs out for a bit, and then we chew the fat. And then he's a busy guy. He's obviously running all over the place and filming videos and recording stuff for his show and all that stuff. So, but I'll catch him for a few minutes, and he does a meet and greet and a book signing and all that stuff. And
by the way, you were right. Tickets remaining are 1 day. So if you're looking at the lineup and you're like, ooh, I can go on Saturday, 1 day GA or 3 day.
3 day GA, yeah. They stay pretty updated on that on their website, rock-fest.com.
Isn't there an app, too, you should follow?
Yeah, download the Rockfest app, and you can, I've got it somewhere on my phone. But they keep up to date, and they push notifications to you in case there's weather stuff or if there's something going on with a sale or if there's going to be a change in the lineup or whatever. So, yeah, get that Rockfest app if you don't have it already. As a person who has never applied makeup, I don't really know much about it other than my wife wears makeup.
Yep. So she also applies it.
But there's apparently a new trend on TikTok where women are using something a little more permanent for their lip liner.
Like tattooing?
No, we've seen that with eyebrows, but no, they're using Sharpies for lip liner instead of whatever they use. What is it, like a pencil, right? It's like some kind of sort of grease pencil.
I saw a girl in here use a Sharpie, like a lip stain, and I must try it. She used pink, and I think it was a little lighter than the pink that I got. I literally went to the store, bought a Sharpie because of this video. Oh, God. Oh, wait. This is actually not bad at all. Sharpie, give us some more ranges of pink.
Huh?
Yeah, stupid people on the internet being stupid on TikTok, which is where all the stupidity lives. Women are using Sharpie permanent markers now to use for lip liners.
It's not a makeup, though. It's a marker.
Yeah, this is like a kid. You give a kid a marker, and the next thing you know, it's all over the wall. It's all over their face.
Or their face.
Well, it's funny, but it's usually a non-toxic, meant for skin type of marker that they make because kids are going to want to do that.
Well, usually they just
These, however, are toxic, and experts are warning people not to use these on their skin.
Yeah.
One woman sharing her technique, so impressed, she's asking for Sharpie to put out more shades. Other beauty, quote-unquote, influencers are less convinced. One said my lips weren't burning, but I could definitely feel my lips drying out. I wouldn't recommend doing this regularly. I can definitely taste and smell the chemicals on me. The chemicals, are they that bad? Yes.
Yes, they are, actually.
One poison control center
Don't do that.
States on its website that permanent markers, including brands like Sharpie, contain ink that is made from chemicals, and breathing in the fumes can be very harmful. They, along with Sharpie itself, say the markers are safe when used as intended for artistic purposes, not as makeup for your skin and mouth. One dermatologist said that Sharpies clearly contain toxins that are concerning and risky. They add that if you did try this, you don't need to be super worried about the effects. Just stop doing it.
Yeah, stop doing it. Because it's cleared as a marker to be used for marker purposes.
Well,
there's different things that have to go through.
I have written on my own skin with a Sharpie a phone number or whatever.
Many
happens
times.
all the time. But I'm not sticking it around my mouth or up my nose or my ears.
Many times.
I'm using it as a makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what the smart people of TikTok are doing.
Potential dangers there.
They're using Sharpies as lip liners. I'm interested to see what kind of costumes we're going to get this year. We've had some costumes over the years. Lots of nipple tape in the past at Rockfest.
Well, there's the 3 days of themes, too, right?
Yep.
Zombie Apocalypse, the rock, isn't it a rock cover?
Yeah,
That's
cover art, I believe, is one of the days.
Really interesting.
That'll be fun.
Because you're going to get a wide range of people doing different things with that. I think it's going to be neat.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. Obviously, a ton of music. The largest rock and camping festival and event in the U.S. Stay up to date with the app. VIP people are going to be drinking, celebrating, and also donating to charity. They've got chair massages, 11 to 1 and 1:30 to 3:30 daily under the chill zone, which is up, I believe, at the top of the hill there. On-site chiropractor, so if you got to get some chiro work done, maybe a head banged a little too hard. I didn't see, did they have anything in there about the UV people or the IV people?
I'm sure that they're there. I didn't see
There's probably
specifically, but
booth
yeah.
for that. I know that there was one a few years ago, and then we had one before Oktoberfest last year here in La Crosse. But sound bath meditation, that'll be in the woods, 10 a.m. daily. A full body reset powered by pure sonic waves, like a massage for your brain. That's free with your camp access pass. The theme on Thursday is the zombie apocalypse. As we mentioned on Friday, it's iconic album covers. And then Saturday is glam metal glitz. They do have contests for these. Winners get a 4-pack of 3-day GAs to Rockfest for 2026. So that'd be nice. Take care of your plans for next year. Yoga in the woods. Yoga happens every day at 11 a.m. right next to the Heathens Highway Campground. Free with camp access pass. The Screaming Hollow is back. Don't forget about the Screaming Hollow Haunted Trail. 3 nights of pure nightmare fuel, October 30th through November 1st. That obviously is not right now, but. And then this year, new at Rockfest, kickboxing. If the set isn't brutal enough, if the pit isn't heavy enough, go check out some kickboxing.
Yeah, many performances a day, too, like 120 different athletes.
320, 515, 725, over 120 fighters stepping into the ring for kickboxing, WFC kickboxing.
Just looking at the bag policy, something to note. So clear bags only. Any bag larger than 5x7 must be clear to enter the concert ground. So other things that are allowed are empty water bottles, so that's good to know to stay hydrated, like Yetis or mugs or whatever. Those empty are allowed onto ground, and the necessities, obviously, sunscreen and anything you might need like that. But the clear bag policy, if you're new to going to Rockfest, you might want to check that out and make sure.
And you can activate your wristband with the Rockfest app before you get on site. Help you get through the main gates faster, all that stuff. Go to rock-fest.com for all the details on all things Rockfest, and I will see you guys there. Big bag of bacon.
15 pounds you made?
Somewhere around there, yeah. Sizable amount.
Yeah.
Last me the weekend. Van Halen now running with the devil. Grant Bill's going to join us in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15-ish on Tuesdays, we're joined by the host of the Wisco Sports Show, Grant Bills. Now, the Wisco Sports Show can be heard weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 on stations all across the state and the country, including WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. Grant Bills, how are we doing today?
Good morning. I'm excellent. And for those of you who may be listening who's like, I love Grant's 4 to 6 show, but it's too short. That's not enough. I need more. Well, this whole week I am in for Bill Michaels from 10 to 2 for all of your all-star takes.
I saw that he was on vacation, saw some vacation photos of the big unit.
So the show goes on to you.
So you're on 11 to 2 and then 4 to 6, is that correct?
Yes, 10 to 2 on our flagship and some affiliates, I know, in Eau Claire and in La Crosse from 11 to 2, yes. And then I get a nice 2-hour little window to relax and then right back at it for 4 to 6, yeah.
You're the bread of the Jim Rome sandwich.
I suppose I am. I hadn't considered it that way, but
if I were to describe you to people, I would say white bread. I'd be pretty accurate on that. I'd be like,
oh, come on.
Untoasted, unbuttered, unmayonnaised white bread.
Is that my complexion or is that my personality? Because on both fronts, I'm slightly offended, just a bit.
You can take it any way you want to take it. All right, okay. Grant. Let's. I want to tell me what happened because you sent me a text yesterday. Actually, you sent me several texts over the last week. One was on, I believe, Friday nights, and you happened to be in town, and I was actually awake and I was still out. Maybe on Saturday nights, but we were heading home at that point, so I wasn't able to meet up with you for a drink. And then you sent me a text last night at 9:30, and FYI, I am not up at 9:30 on a Monday night. I can tell you that much. And it looks like you had a little bit of a kerfluffle there. Your foot's really swollen.
Yeah.
Did you fall through the dock?
No, I fell through a piece of a bridge. I was climbing down into a little river, and a piece of the bridge broke off.
That's crazy. So you were trout fishing or something?
Yeah, so I fell and I landed on my foot, which the doctor thinks there are multiple little aversion fractures on it. It was so swollen they couldn't really confirm on the x-ray, so now I got to go back, I guess. And then I the worst part is, assuming my foot keeps trending better, because it has over the last 24, 48 hours, is when I fell, both of my armpits caught on the guardrail.
I see that.
My chest, it could have bounced. So the place where I have to put the crutches to walk, both of the armpits have this real net. It hurts. So maybe I need to go grocery shopping today, and I need to find a store with one of those mobility scooters with a basket. Because I can't hoof it around the store. I'm not going to make it.
You can't.
It's too much.
It's too much.
There's that white bread that I just mentioned.
He got injured trout fishing.
I don't understand what that has to do with anything here.
Were you on private land? Were you at whose bridge collapsed?
No, it was right on, it was actually just on a county highway.
Do you have to pay restitution for the bridge you damaged?
Somebody know the bridge is broke?
I feel like someone should pay me restitution. The bridge was not up to snuff.
No.
Couldn't support me.
Clearly, you went right through it.
Yeah, and you're a light fellow. You don't weigh a lot.
So you just...
Cars go over that thing every day. I should blow the whistle.
You should.
It's near the county line. I can't remember which county. I'll make some very spirited calls today. No, it's fine. I just got to wear a boot and hopefully
on crutches, and
so it's fine.
You got raw armpits.
Well, thankfully you'll be stuck in the studio all this week while the big unit's on vacation and you're pulling double duty, so you won't have a lot of
this is true
humping around with your boot on. So I'm glad you're okay though. I'm glad. That could have ended worse. Were you in any danger of losing your life?
I was pretty freaked out when I landed. Yeah, I could have landed on my head. In terms
of the water, could you have ended up in the water maybe, and then there have been an issue?
No. If there was more water, I'd probably be fine. It was just this little spring, so there was just a couple inches of water, so I just landed on the rocks. But then I landed softly on my back, a nice bushy pile of grass, not even any thistles. So It could have been worse.
Do we need to get you a
life
alert? Do we need to get you a life alert or something? I've fallen and I can't get up?
That seems like I got myself up just fine. That's not the problem in the state. It was more the falling. The getting up I can handle that part. The life alert's not going to help me from falling.
In his defense, he went through a bridge trying to do some trout fishing.
I didn't. Look at this. I want to make this clear. I did not fall. The place on which I put my foot gave way. I was perfectly balanced and in control of myself until exterior forces acted on me.
It gave way.
Accepting zero blame in this situation. I got it.
I just don't see why I should take blame. I figured it was a big hunk of wood. I think it was like an old piece of railroad tie. I didn't think it would just go out like that. What do you want from me?
Grant, you mentioned All-Star game festivities. Yesterday, of course, the Home Run Derby, the big dumper was the winner. Did you watch any of that?
I actually watched a good amount of it because, not because I was dying to see who won or anything, but it's kind of the only show in town right now, the Home Run Derby last night and then the All-Star game tonight. So, like, if anything happens, I don't need to see it, but I got to do 6 hours of sports talk today. Like, it's probably going to be the story on some level. The problem is with All-Star games, it always seems like the story is, well, it's not as good as it once was. How do we fix it? And that just, I don't know, that just gets kind of lame. Like, yeah, the Home Run Derby doesn't hit like it hit when I was 12, but I think that's probably a me thing. You know what I mean? There's lots of things that hit when I was 12 that don't hit now, and I feel like the Home Run Derby is just probably one of it. I don't think the Home Run Derby's gotten worse. I just think I've become less interested in home run derbies.
I think the issue with the home run derby as you become an adult is that the home run itself has no emotion to it because it's not tied to the game. The impact of a home run in a tie game in the ninth inning is so much more impactful than some guy launching 15 rockets into the seats, which, you know, and they have tinkered with it too much, I think, and there's no stars in it anymore. Nobody, you know, Alonso, of course, was, you know, a multi-time winner, but, you know, these guys are not household names. They're not the LeBron James of baseball hitting a home run, so it sort of loses its luster in that effect.
And it was kind of cool. Like, O'Neal Cruz is a good participant just because he hits missiles, and Cal Raleigh's the big dumper. Like, that was cool. But there was a controversy where someone advanced just because their home run went, like, literally an inch farther than the other guys. And we're all like, come on.
Right.
Like, there's no way that you're measuring that correct. Like, you made that up. It's fine. It's a home run derby. Who cares? But you made that up. So it was entertaining for what it was. But then typically in the NBA All-Star break is the same way. Everyone goes on sports radio and TV today and is like, well, how do we fix it? How do we, I don't, just leave it. Like, adjusting the rules or the timer, it's still just a hokey kind of home run derby. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah, the best thing they did was shorten it up because at one point it was like 4 hours, and it's just like, dude, no one has that amount of time to devote to home runs. I mean, it's nice, but you've seen one, you've seen them all.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Tonight is the actual All-Star game. Do you have any predictions about The Miz? Is he going to get in there? I know there's been a lot of kerfluffle in Major League. A lot of people very upset about him getting in. What's your reaction to that, and do you think he's going to get into the game?
Well, it was reported yesterday, and I don't know how they know this, but a bunch of the Brewers reporters put out that Mizorowski's expected to pitch in the 7th inning. So I don't know if that's something that was published or they put out a little plan on how they're going to use guys. I don't know. So that's what it looks like. He should get the 7th tonight if the reporting is accurate. How do I feel about it? It's cool. That's all it needs to be. For all of the other players who are, I mean, Simpson or Gene, if you saw those quotes from Phillies players, it's embarrassing.
Oh, man.
You guys, that is embarrassing. This is terrible. This is effing terrible. Castellanos said, it's becoming the Savannah Bananas. Are you guys kidding me? What a bunch of losers. And apparently, Rosenthal reported this yesterday, they had asked like a dozen pitchers who all turned it down before getting to Mizorowski. Right. So what we have here, and we all have this guy in our friend group, the classic guy who is mad they didn't get invited despite not being available. It's like, well, why didn't you invite me? It's like, because we knew you weren't around. He's like, oh, yeah, I just like to be invited. That's all, I guess. Right. I'd like to be considered. Like, we all have that friend. That's what's going on here. And it's so stupid. And it's embarrassing. Like, some of those quotes from Phillies players, it's like, you guys, you should read this. You should watch a video of this coming out of your mouth because you come across like such a little baby.
Well, it's good to see that the Philly teams and the players are just as bad as the Philly fans. They're all trash. They're disgusting. The only thing good about Philadelphia is it's always sunny in Philadelphia. And the rest of it can just go to hell because it's all awful there. I can't stand it. But, yeah, I like you, I think it's cool. And much like every All-Star game, they try to get all the All-Stars in at some point, right? There's, it's not, no one really cares about the outcome. We want to see these guys get showcased. And, look, this dude has a chance to be the next Paul Skeens, right? So if we want to see him at his impetus, we want to see him right at the beginning. He's throwing nothing but heat. He outdueled Kershaw. He outdueled Skeens. He's got an impressive fastball. Put him in there. Let's see what he does. It's 3 outs. Who gives a rat's ass? I mean, like, good Lord.
No, and I agree with you. He throws 102. He's a starter. He's 6'7". Like, yeah, put that guy in the game. Are you kidding me? Skeens started the game last year with only 11 career starts under his belt. And I've been making that comparison, and people come back at me. It's like, well, yeah, Skeens had 11. Mizorowski has 5. It's like, and there's some magical line drawn at like, 8 starts is too few, but 11 is plenty. Like, what do we do? Neither one of these guys should be in there if we're really, talking about who's earned it. But there's a little bit of who's earned it, and also there's a little bit of showmanship. And like I said, a bunch of guys opt out. So you start going down the list. It's like, well, do you want a random reliever from San Francisco, or do you want one of the most young and exciting up-and-coming starters with electric stuff in baseball? Like, I'll take the latter. And sometimes these guys pitch for 3 outs. It sometimes makes the game a little boring because typically you go against Skeens and then you wear him down a little bit and then you see him twice or you see him a third time and that's when you try to do the damage.
Right.
In the All-Star game, it's all of these elite guys pitch 1 inning. Like, how are you ever supposed to score against that? Which is why it seems like these games are always pretty low scoring.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the best of the best for the most part out there, and they know their time is limited, so they're going to put everything behind it and get those 3 outs. And yeah, batters or hitters don't have much of a shot. But Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show, joining us each and every Tuesday at about 8:15 to talk Wisconsin sports. You can hear him on stations all throughout the state, including
all day today, I guess.
WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. Packer training camp beginning late next week, next Wednesday, I believe. Is that correct? Thursday, next Thursday.
That nuts? We have NFL games this month. I think there's a preseason game the very, very end of July. How nuts is that?
Yeah, well, and then the Hall of Fame game, of course, early August.
Early August.
And then we're a month away from, I think we're 52 days or 51 days away from actual NFL football. So what's your, what are you looking for out of training camp? Are you looking for defense, offense, Jordan Love to progress? I mean, what are you, running backs? I mean, what is your go-to this year for the Packers?
Well, you want to see the new guys, right? So like Matthew Golden, the draft picks, Savion Williams, they signed Banks and Hobbs, just new players. You want to see how those individuals look. And sometimes it's difficult to get a gauge, but you gauge what you can based on what you're given, which is, limited practices where the media and fans are allowed to attend. I don't know that we're going to be able to glean much from this training camp because last year, the Packers were very good, and the offense and defense were both very competent. Neither side of the ball was elite consistently, but the team was very, very good, and they won 11 games because of it. The problem last year was they couldn't beat teams in their division, and they couldn't beat the elite teams. They couldn't beat Minnesota, Detroit, and Philly. Those were all of their losses, and one to Chicago, I suppose. Those are their losses. And there's no way that you can rectify that in training camp. There's no way that we can watch the Packers in August and say, oh, yeah, they're ready. They're ready to compete with Detroit, and they're ready to beat Minnesota. There's no way. I think we're just going to have to wait until week 1 when the Lions come to town. That's going to be the biggest week 1 game in a long time. I just don't know that we're going to get any satisfaction or proof of concept in training camp that they've, fixed some of the things that were wrong last year. So I'll watch the individual players, sure, but big picture, I think we might just have to wait until week 1, which is fine. But that week 1 game is going to be so huge, and I think we're just going to be kind of biding our time until then.
Grant Bills, one more question for you, not sports related. I don't know how adept you'll be at answering a question like this, but we'll find out. I am leaving this morning after the show is over to go home and get in the RV and head to Rockfest, a week-long music festival in Wisconsin. And
in Cadott,
correct? Cadott, that is correct. Mm-hmm. And the RV is packed. We've got everything we need, the beers and the food and all the other stuff. If you are have you ever been to a week long or maybe a weekend long music festival? I'm assuming you have. You're a musician.
No, nothing like a week. Nothing long term. I don't
couple days, like a overnight.
No, I'll go for a night. I want to shower by myself inside somewhere and sleep in a bed somewhere. I can't do the multiple days outside.
There's that white bread I was talking about. There he is again, rearing his ugly head.
No, I just don't like. I don't like campers and tents and being outdoors.
What, you like being sweaty and smelly for an entire week?
Oh, you get into it. It's okay. It's not going to be bad. But let's just say, for instance, you're going to a music festival for several days. What is a must-have for Grant Bills? What must you have at a music festival in order to have an enjoyable time?
Oh, man.
It doesn't have to necessarily be one thing, but just maybe a general a blanket statement.
If I'm going to a music festival, what do I need? Is it lame to say that I would like to go with friends who play instruments, and I would like to bring those instruments. So when you're hanging around at the camp, like, you just get in, get in that little musical state of mind. It's fun to play music with friends before going to see music with friends. So I would say...
Circle.
Yeah, like a guitar.
Like a little jam circle.
Kumbaya.
Yeah.
I said maybe.
Because Simpson would have too much personal pride to do that.
I don't know how to play an instrument either, so it would be useless.
Were you just singing Wonderwall, by the way? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
I was listening to that yesterday. I've tried to catch this Oasis wave a little bit. I feel like I missed them in the 90s, so I'm trying to circle back and feel like I'm a part of this. Well,
you weren't born in the 90s, right?
Well, I know, but I can go back. I listened to Neil Diamond when I was little. I can listen to Oasis. It was like 2 years before I was born.
Grant doesn't need Gold Bond medicated powder. He doesn't need any beers or sausage links.
The beers, stuff goes without saying.
He just
food
wants,
and water. Is that the answer that you want, Simpson? I need food and water.
Yes.
Does that make for good radio?
He just wants a bunch of friends and some instruments.
And apparently you need a boot for your foot and some crutches.
I do need oh God, thanks for reminding me. I got to put the second we're done chatting here. I got to strap up for the day, get it nice and tight and cinched. And it's like every time I leave the house, it's like I'm getting ready to go snow blow the driveway.
Is it your dominant foot? Are you driving foot? Can you drive? What are you doing?
No, it's my left foot.
Okay.
All right. Well, Grant, it's always a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. I know you got double duty. I hope it works out for you. And we'll talk to you next week, all right?
It'll be great. There's so much going on with the Home Run Derby and also the Home Run Derby. So I'll have plenty to talk about today. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
It truly is the worst time in sports. This time of year is the worst. It is the worst to try and talk sports because there's nothing happening. Like, even if you're really deep into baseball, like, there's not much happening. You're, like, scouring every website looking for stories about some guy who got arrested for speeding or marijuana possession.
I think he's got, 7 hours to fill? Is that what it is?
Just hit the repeat button. Bad News Happy Music is coming up.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Just heard from Sick Puppies. They will be at Rockfest on Saturday, along with We Came as Romans, 3 Days Grace, Poppy, Bad Omens, Ja Rule, The Funeral Portrait, Tim Montana. That's a lineup right there. Be good. This should be, to no surprise to everyone, that a HOA, a homeowners association,
Oh, they had some stupid rule that somebody broke.
Has a rule. A guy in Arizona. What's it like in Arizona right now if it's 90 degrees in Wisconsin?
It's hot. I'm going to go with it's probably very hot.
A homeowner in Arizona has been repeatedly fined $100 by his HOA for handing out free cold bottles of water to his neighbors. He's been doing it for about a year, and he's fighting back.
It's really for the drivers. It's for the families. It's for the kids. It's to do something positive in a world that needs it. I stand firm on the fact that I'm not paying the fines. The cooler's not going anywhere. I know there's going to be a legal battle. We're preparing for it even right now. Do I know what that entails? No. Do I know the costs? No. But we are going to fight, and it's not just about water. It's about the community as a whole.
Now, I don't know exactly what the living situation is out there, but when we went to Arizona, it looked like there was a lot of these places, right? Because it's built where we stayed, it was in a grid, and everything was kind of walled off. And my guess is that every community has some sort of HOA if you buy a house there, right? Some sort of homeowners agreement.
And condos and
all that
twindos.
Stuff. So there's sort of that, like, acknowledgement going into it that, like, there's probably going to be some wacky rules that I'm not going to agree with. This one is a bit far-fetched.
Well, it just seems so...
It's like the 2 inches of the mailbox. Yes. I think that was the other one that we really had a problem with, where they said your mailbox was 2 inches too high.
He's spending his own money for the water, right?
So
I mean, this is his own. The
guy's name is Dave Martin, And for 5 years, he's been providing refreshing ice-cold water in his Goodyear, Arizona driveway. Mailman, delivery guy, neighbor walking the kid, whatever the case may be, right? I don't think he's out there all day either.
No, he leaves a cooler of free water at the end of his driveway and basically says if you're in the neighborhood and
a
you're
neighborly thing to do.
Yeah.
2020, which is, of course, when COVID hit, and we couldn't really be around other people for a while.
So he put the cooler out there and said, have at it.
Kids, delivery drivers, the couple holding hands walking down the street. It's for the little kid who has to walk his dog in this heat.
Mm-hmm.
Came up with the idea alongside his wife when they were trapped at home during COVID-19. I figured what better way to be an asset to the community than cold water. Last year, however, a rift began to form when the HOA, along with its management company, fined him $50 for storing the items in plain sight. It's got the cooler out there.
Yeah.
It's on top of like a blue tub of some sort, and it says, please grab a water. Even you, HOA.
You can have one too.
Refused to pay the original $50 bill, then was fined for non-compliance 3 months in a row. Says, here we are in July, the hottest day of the year. We're still talking about a water cooler with free cold water. It's ridiculous that they are adding violations to a total that's not going to get paid because I'm giving out free water. So apparently this guy's going to fight it.
I bet.
You'll never catch me moving into an HOA. We've got one actually by where we live. There's like a little cul-de-sac, and they've got an HOA about like your front porch and your lawn and all that stuff. And
Well, can't they petition this, like all the neighbors and stuff, and try to figure out whose seats are on this HOA board? I mean, if they've been going for 5 years, it's like you need
the
to get
association does not object to a resident providing water bottles within the community. However, the community's rules do not allow a resident to advertise water bottle distribution from a portable ice chest located next to their garage that is visible from neighboring property.
So
some neighbor who can see your...
Stop.
Can you imagine how psychotic you have to be to write language like that? Like, what kind of world are you living in where you get bothered by some guy with a cooler with water on it, and you're not bothered by that, but you're bothered by the fact that you can see it from your house?
Well,
and
it's got a sign that says free water on it.
What else can we put on this thing? I don't know. Is he breathing? Is he breathing close to the fence? Is he within 8 inches of the fence breathing my air?
It's not noise. It's not garbage. It's not, the things that could really bother you.
Speaking of things that bother me, the human skin teddy bear. Did you see this thing? It's not real. It's not real human skin. And it's like an art project type thing, but people were freaked out by this teddy bear that appeared. I think it was at a bus stop in California.
I guess I'd probably be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying it a little bit. I'm an independent artist. I know what starving artist life feels like, so little attention's sometimes good. I mean, I don't know if the guy broke any laws or if it was just a prank, but it looks like he definitely got some people riled up.
Investigators in San Bernardino County responding to reports of human remains spotted outside of a convenience store. Instead, found a teddy bear reportedly wrapped in human skin, though it now appears that the ordeal is likely just an elaborate prank/art project. Officials with the sheriff's department confirmed that deputies arrived at the store around 12 o'clock noon. Coroner investigator had taken possession of the object, and the investigation is continuing. They had to bring out the meat wagon for this weird human skin teddy bear.
Yeah, it sounds pretty weird.
They cordoned off the store's parking lot while the coroner's investigation began inspecting the bear. The glove coroner seen gently turning the object around while examining it, then placing the teddy bear-shaped object into a pink plastic bag. In a post on Facebook, Dark Seed Creations, a person claimed credit for creating the teddy bear.
So it's like fake skin.
You can't make this bleep up. One of my skin teddy bears has apparently been involved in a prank that brought police attention. This is effing wild. So the guy who makes the teddy bears, I don't think left it out there, but somebody bought one or has one, and they left it out there, and it was like an elaborate prank, and the cops fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Skin teddy bear. You looking at it?
I am trying to find it.
I'd probably call somebody if I saw that sitting outside of a store.
I would definitely I would call somebody.
I'd be like, hey, I don't know what this is, but it's creepy, and it's got Hannibal Lecter written all over it.
Yep, I would too.
Some kind of human...
I understand why
human skin teddy bear thing.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Ugh, yuck.
Police in Northeast Ohio apparently have nothing better to do with their time They have solved all of the crimes in Northeast Ohio. They don't have any drug problems. They have no homeless people. They have no robberies, no B&Es. Okay. They don't have anybody speeding.
What do they got to do?
It's idyllic 1950s Americana in Northeast Ohio because
make America great again.
The cops there have turned to facial recognition technology to track down several women who twerked on a police car.
A group of females walked by the cruiser and then returned back around this way. One of them climbed up on the push bumper and began to dance on the push bumper. And then another 2 females came walking around the other way as well, climbed up on the side of the car, standing on and dancing on the hood. And then another one then climbed up on the wheel and then onto the hood of the cruiser as well.
Now look.
Okay, getting on the car is a lot.
I'm not saying that what they did was right. I'm not saying it was wrong, but come on, man. We're worried about girls who saw some cop cars and twerked on them. Now, if they
got on top of the vehicles.
Molotov cocktailed the thing and burned it to the ground, okay, fine. But we've got to use facial recognition technology. We can't just say, okay, they got us on this one. They twerked. Oh, they're having a good time. They're out on a ladies' night. They had a couple of spritzers. They're walking through the parking lot. They see a cop car. They're feeling it. They twerked a little bit. What are you going to do? What are they going to get, a fine? I mean, come on, man. Go solve some real crimes. Seriously. Stop it with this stuff. We're using facial technology to find these criminals.
They were dancing with their booty.
Do they have laws against twerking in this community? Is it like Footloose? Police say the dancing caused some damage to the cruiser. There is a small dent and a little crease here. Bro, you should be fired. Whoever came up with that line, you should be fired. I'm sorry. We all got dents and creases, okay? We all got them. Try driving around with potholes, all right? There's a small dent and a little crease here.
It's a crease.
We didn't decide to fix that at this time. There's a pretty significant scratch that was about from here to here. What are you doing? You look so stupid putting this out in the news. You look so dumb. And then you use facial recognition technology to track these criminals down.
Did they find them?
These no-gooders. I don't know. Who cares? They're searching social media accounts, other databases to confirm their identities. Dude, you're overreaching here a little bit. Reel it in, Rambo. All right? Seriously. A guy in France escaped prison. How did he do it, Gene?
Did he crawl through a hole in the wall that he dug with a spoon?
No, he didn't. Andy Dufresne it.
He did not?
Nope. It's kind of genius, actually. Think Scott Robert Shaw.
He put himself in a suitcase?
Bing. 20-year-old prisoner escaped from a prison last Friday. Cellmate had completed his sentence, and the escaped prisoner managed to hide in his laundry bag as he left prison. The prisoner was arrested while emerging from a cellar early on Monday, adding that his fellow prisoner accomplice had not yet been arrested. The inmate was serving several sentences. He took advantage of the liberation of his fellow inmate to hide himself in his luggage and get out, but not for long. So apparently he was small enough and didn't weigh,
carry him,
and he had to
like over his shoulder, like with
think
those,
like a Navy guy with a bag and all that stuff, and he's got another human in there.
He's got my cellmates in there.
Sure, hop on in, buddy.
Up really small,
and nobody at the door said, "Hey, wait a minute, that sack looks like there's a human inside of it." Nobody, not one person, stopped him. Speaking of Shaw, we'll get to him in a second. Last one, bad news, happy music. Hashtag Florida man. Can always rely on him for some good stuff.
Yeah.
This 40-year-old Florida man is named Jeffrey LaForge, and he was arrested last Friday, Gene, after he stole an extremely long list of adult toys from a Walmart. Who knew that Walmart had so many erotic toys in its arsenal? Apparently they do. They've got so many that this guy stole a lot of them.
So he just filled his cart? Went down the aisle and just filled his cart?
Not sure if he filled his cart, but he definitely tried to walk out with a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't his. He stole from the Walmart on 2 separate occasions, and his haul included a, quote, G-Spot suction vibrator, a vibrating pocket wand for her, a tush toy, They got tush toys at Walmart?
I didn't know that.
Flavored lube for when the regular lube isn't good enough.
Oh,
Who's eating lube? A dual vibrating massager, a mega massager, a vibrating bullet massager, an oral stroker.
Dude, that was a lot of...
And to cap it all off, a Reese's peanut butter ice cream valued at $3.98.
Need a treat.
The cost of the merch was under $1,000 total, but Jeffrey's charges were enhanced
Jeffrey.
to felonies because he has prior theft convictions. He's now being held on $10,000 bond. This guy walking in there to the Walmart stealing all of the sex toys. If there's a sex toy in there, he's taking it.
He is. Any massager, any vibrator, any wands, anything for your tush.
The Love Honey Mon Ami G-Spot suction vibrator is $49.94. The vibrating pocket wand for her is $14.98. The Hello Cake flavored lube is also $14.98. Hello Cake has the tush toy for $31.44. The Hello Cake oral stroker is only $14.98. That sounds like a bargain.
Bet it works like a charm.
The Plus One private pleasure vibrator goes for $19.98. The dual vibrating massager is $29.98. The Plus One vibrating soft touch wand, $32.44. That's a very odd price. Reese's peanut butter ice cream bar, $3.98. Back to the sex toys. The Plus One vibrating bullet soft touch massager is $12.44, and the Hello Cake stroker double-sided male sex toy, $19.98 for this guy.
Is that a dong on a drone?
It's not on a drone. It's in his cart.
A cart. He's got just walking out with all of his stuff.
Unclear whether the sex toys were intended for personal use or resale.
Oh gosh.
You can't put those back on the counter.
Not resale.
You can't. No,
that's not a resale thing, is it? He's not stealing them to resale.
I just got compared to a 30-inch dildo.
I thought they had all that stuff locked up, right? Isn't it behind the glass?
I guess I've never seen that stuff for sale. But
well,
maybe I haven't.
They've got some stuff. They've got some. There's like there's a case with some stuff in it.
Yes,
but not like a swath. Not like a huge variety of it. Not $1,000 worth. That guy found it though. He must. Maybe it's a different aisle. Maybe they got different aisles in Florida.
He did find it. He for sure did. Can you?
Flavored. No, we ate the. Remember, we ate the flavored panties, the edible
flavored lube. Can you imagine how?
Oh God! How do you get that out?
The taste and the greasy.
What is it flavored like? Mint, bacon?
I don't know.
Cherries, whipped cream,
birthday cake.
I'm not eating flavored lube. I want nothing to do with it. Isn't that what all the phlegm and spits for?
We did.
What is this? What is
I
this
mean, I
world
get
coming?
the lube thing, but not like the edible. We ate those
yeah,
underwear that
I
one
was
time.
here.
It was so gross. It was really gross.
I was here.
It
I was here.
So gross.
I was here.
It was like worst fruit
I was
roll
here.
up ever.
I was here. It was like a weird trash bag flavored fruit roll up, edible underwear. Nasty. Speaking of lube, it's Vaseline from Stone Temple Pilots.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website where you can find all of our contact info. You can also download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app and send us voicemails or submit pictures and videos. We got one from Doc earlier.
When Mrs. Doc and I dropped our camper off on Sunday, we seen some people just outside the main gate to the south campground had their bar already set up. Maybe you might want to start your journeys there tonight. Catch you tomorrow afternoon, bud.
Doc letting me know the party hotspot up there at Rockfest. We'll
Yeah, it
see.
sounds like the bar was already set up a couple days ago.
That's usually the first thing you get set up, because if you're going to be putting up tents and pools and all sorts of craziness in this heat, you're going to need something to drink. Stay hydrated. Text from Brenda, lots of, I don't know what those faces are, some sort of emoji face. I don't know what it is, but she said, I didn't believe it. Then she sent in a screen cap of some of the stuff she found at Walmart.com. including the Hello Cake rechargeable waterproof bullet vibrator for 10 modes, Gene. It's got 10 different modes. She says, I didn't believe it. Then she Googled it, and she does.
Yeah. 10 different modes, waterproof, so you could, put that, just use that while you're swimming around.
Look at it. Who wants to walk around with this thing inside their body all day long? I mean, that looks like fun for a few minutes, but look at this. It's got a remote control. It's going this way. It's vibrating.
Time out of the fun of that. At some point, you're like,
yeah,
no
at some
more.
point, you got to say, look, I got to get some work done here. I can't be having this thing all up inside of my business. Michelle said Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was the first Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I could find all that. I just don't. They all blend together for me. Names.
The one that we were mentioning, the Half-Blood Prince, was the 6th movie, according to Caitlin. Okay. I said I was pretty close. Jamie texted in, said, Brian, I stopped at the corn truck yesterday. Wait a couple weeks. Corn was very small. I said, thank you very much. I figured it wasn't fully grown. Jamie is also a man. I didn't want to assume Jamie's gender. Paul said, take the ride to Cornell. Check out Moon Ridge Brewery. Have one of their spectacular pizzas with Doc and Lori. Unfortunately, we will not be leaving the grounds once we get the camper set up, and Doc and Lori aren't coming until tomorrow. And at that point, I'm probably not leaving the grounds for the rest of the weekend.
We got friends up there, though. Tell Phil to bring his car and take you. He could do that.
Also, somebody texting in about my Disney Watch earlier when we were talking about the Disney Singles app. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, I wanted to talk about the email that I'm actually just going to send about the 2 bus trips to go to see Euchre's Celebration of Life in Milwaukee. That game, we're taking a bus from Eau Claire, and we're taking a bus from La Crosse.
August 24th. It's a Sunday against the Giants.
It's Sunday against the Giants. And I knew that they were going to do this, and I knew that,
they made the announcement earlier
this there and all that. There was going to be a lot of stuff, but I didn't realize all of the stuff that's going to be there. Did you see that? All ticketed fans get that lapel pin featuring the Euchre uniform patch. The Brewers and the Giants will use baseballs and bats that feature the Euchre Celebration logo for one game only. There's going to be scoreboard stuff throughout the game, spotlighting, all sorts of things throughout his life.
Yeah, they did a thing. We were at the opening game, and we saw they had a brief tribute to him on the video board, and then, of course, there was the banner outside the broadcast booth. But this is the full, he died so close to the beginning of the season, they really couldn't put something together. Everything already had kind of been planned out for their opening day activities. So this is the full Bob Uecker celebration on the 24th of August.
Yeah, 24th, it's a Sunday. We do have buses, again, going from Eau Claire and La Crosse. It includes your transportation, your ticket to the game, that tailgate party in the parking lot before, so some food to get you in, to feed you before you head into the ballpark. So if you want to be part of this honoring Bob Uecker trip that we're taking, it is on Sunday, the 24th of August. Those tickets are for sale now. I imagine they'll go quickly. A bus from Eau Claire and a bus from La Crosse.
WiscoTrips.com.
WiscoTrips.com.
Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. I will see some of you at Rockfest over the next several days.
Make sure they stop by and say hi.
Yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.